Hello everyone, welcome back to Linda Tina TV. If it's not your first time here, if it is your first time, I see I have some new subscribers. Hello there, I hope you have clicked on the notification bell just so that you are notified when I post a new video. Share my videos with your friends and family. It does help my channel, and remind them to subscribe, okay? Now let's get right into today's video. It's Women's Month, March. And it was also Mother's Day in the UK just the other week, so I felt very compelled to make this video. Women's Month is a month where we remember the struggles women have been through and the struggles women continue to go through, but also the achievements that we have conquered over the years. And so this is a very important month for us as women. But for me, it's not even just this month. Women need to be recognized all days of the year, okay? So if you want to know more about powerful women and the great things women have done and the great things women have achieved, go Google that, because in my video I'm going to be sharing with you lessons that my mom, a very strong and important woman in my life, but even in the lives of other people, has taught me. So I felt like these lessons that my mother taught me growing up are lessons that actually other women could also learn from. And I felt, why not? Let me share some of the lessons that my mother has taught me through the years. The first lesson and most important lesson that my mother taught me was to be independent. Since I was a little girl, my mom trained me to be a very independent individual. She used to send me to run little errands on my own, just so that, you know, maybe subconsciously I can be able to do these things on my own when I grow up. And this has been a very valuable lesson for me, especially living away from home, where I found myself on my own and I needed to learn how to, you know, navigate things without the support of family, like right there with you. My mom was also on both sides of the spectrum. So she was a woman who depended for some time on a man, and then she came out on the other side where she was now a woman who catered for herself and depended on herself for her own survival and her own happiness. And she tells me this is one thing that if you can teach your daughter, your sister, and anyone you care about, any woman you care about, be able to stand on your own, so that anybody else or anything else is just a cherry on top. Beauty fades. That's the other lesson my mother taught me. My mother taught us that beauty shouldn't be the only thing that defines you. And I'm talking about the physical outside beauty. It shouldn't be the only thing that people can say about you. What more can you give the world? What more can you give your community? What more can you give as a person apart from your physical beauty? Your physical beauty shouldn't be the only way you're getting to places or you're climbing up different ladders in the workplace or wherever it is. Because you see, especially as women, these bodies, they change. They change over time. She likes to joke and say, oh, we were so beautiful. We turned heads. When we entered rooms, the whole room would go silent. But now, she's still a very beautiful woman. But a time comes where, you know, that physical beauty, no one really cares anymore. And so it's important that you have more to you than just the physical beauty. The next lesson she taught me is to not live in the past. My mom is a woman who has been through so much, you know, and she always tells us that if I lived in the past, I never would have achieved anything. I've made some bad decisions. I have some regrets. I've been through good and bad things. So many things are going to happen in your life. But once something is done and you can't turn it back, let it go. I've always had a problem letting go of things, not really keeping grudges, but I have a clingy side of me where I don't like to let go of things, you know, and sometimes I go back to the what if, and she always says that's not going to help you. You're just going to live in the past, and then you won't be able to enjoy the present, and you won't be able to see the future. Every time you move back to what could have been, you don't focus on what could be. And so women, live in the present, look at the future, let go of the past. Avoiding debt. Now, my mom probably doesn't even know that she taught me this lesson, but I'll tell you a little story. So, when I was in boarding school, in my high school, my mom used to come to visit, and then she would leave you with some money to take you through the weeks until she visits again. Yeah. So, I had this very bad spending habit where I would use money I don't have. Obviously, I was getting that money from friends because I knew that when my mom comes, then I'll be paying that money back, right? So when it came to the visitation day, I would ask my mom, like when she would give me the money, like the upkeep to take me through the next weeks until she comes back, I would tell her, oh, but I have to pay my friend because the money got finished and I needed some extra money. And so I asked my friend, I need to pay them back. You know what my mom would say? Well, you use that money that I've given you right now for your next week to pay back and then survive through the next weeks. In the beginning, it felt so harsh, and I'm thinking, what's wrong with this woman? Like, I'm in debt. Could you just help me out here? And it happened a couple of times, and I realized, okay, I'm not going to be getting any extra money to pay my debt, so I have to live within my means. And so those are actually two lessons. She taught me to avoid debt, and she taught me to live within my means. And I'm telling you, up to this day, people who know me, they know that if I can't afford something, I will tell you straight up. If you invite me to a very expensive restaurant and that month I feel I'm beyond my budget for going out, I will tell you straight up that I'm not coming. I may not tell you I'm not coming because I can't afford it, but I'll probably avoid it anyway. But no, seriously, I have learned so much to live within my means. My mom probably doesn't know that I learned that from those lessons back in high school, in my teens. And it's something I've practiced even up to date. I never ever put myself in debt. Obviously, there are situations where I've borrowed money, but I'm very careful with borrowing money and paying it back. When I have someone's money, oh my God, I can barely sleep at night because it just keeps running in my mind, and it goes back to that time because my mom told me, listen, if you want to live beyond the budget that we have, it's not going to happen. So you find a way. You find a way. You sort that out. But I'm not giving you money to cover your debts. And this has been a very valuable lesson. Thank you, Mommy. The next lesson is actually very interesting. My mom taught us not to wear your sadness on your face. That's what she called it. She said even if you're going through tough things in life, just wake up and look good, because how you feel on the outside, like how you look on the outside, could influence a lot on how you feel on the inside. So not everyone should see the sulk on your face because, life is not going, in the direction you want it to go, because she says, life is hard. Life is hard. Life is not fair. So if you're going to be sulking and you're not going to comb your hair, you're not going to wear any makeup, or you're not going to take care of yourself just because life is bad, then it's going to reflect so much on the outside and make you feel even worse. So if things are not going so great and you feel it on the inside, try to look good on the outside to make you feel good, or better at least on the inside. And not everyone should read that things are not going well in your life, so you're transmitting negative energy. At least that's what she always told us. And it's true. I have always found a way to kind of get out of bed and try to look nice. And I'll tell you something, it works. Every time I try to do things to look good on the outside, I somehow end up feeling good even on the inside. It lifts my spirits. So try it. The last one is actually a health tip for you ladies. Do not sleep in your underwear. Now, this is something my mom taught me when I was a very little girl, and I've also taught it to my daughter who's 6. That place, first of all, needs to breathe. You've spent the whole day in your underwear, in the heat, the sweating, and God knows what. At night, it needs to breathe. It's your time to let it be free, because moisture, sweat gets trapped in there, and it becomes a breeding place for not very nice bacteria. You can go and read up on that. So ladies, please do not sleep in your underwear. Let that place breathe and be free. And we have come to the end of this video. If there's some life lessons that your mother, your caretaker, or anybody you grew up with taught you, please leave them down in the comment section. It would be nice for you to share with all the women out there who will be watching this video. Enjoy the last days of Women's Month, but remember to keep shining all through the year. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next one. Bye-bye.